thought it would be good to do a raw, just roughly edited video of me working on these drawers. I'm stripping it with acetone, and just like, and I feel like a lot of people have questions about using that as a stripper. It's not always going to work, but in this case it is working really well. And so I just thought I would give you a like real start to finish, just see the process of stripping these drawers with acetone and how well they work and the different supplies that I use. So you can see I have this oak front drawer. I will be wearing my respirator. I'm using a big jug, gallon jug like this from Lowe's. I have a brush for helping me get in all these crevices, and then I'm using steel wool to scrub in here. And then of course I have gloves to protect my hands. So I've been using these gloves and it does like eat through them. So I'm kind of doubling up, and I'm going to use this black glove, which I've already gone through a few. It's going to eat through that too, but it's just kind of the nature of using this. It doesn't like irritate my skin once it eats through it, but I will switch it out once I get to that point. And then for this underside here, I've just taped it so it doesn't leak into the drawer. So for this flat area, I think it's easiest to just pour it on there. And let it sit for a little bit. And then you see how that just scrapes off so easily. And then paper towels, you wipe it back. And you want to make sure when you throw these paper towels, like when you're finished using it, that you spread it out and let them dry flat before throwing them away, because acetone is flammable. And then here around the edges, I'm using just this little quart bucket or container that I also got from Lowe's. And then you just kind of put it in there and scrub. I'll come through first with the steel wool, and then later I'll come in to get all the grooves with the brush. You do want to work in sections because the acetone will dry rather quickly, and then that would leave out the finish on there too. So you want to make sure you're wiping it back as you work in the sections.
on this underside, I'm going to keep a paper towel under here so it doesn't drip into the drawer and create more work for me to clean up later. But here gives you an idea of how it's stripping that away on that other side. You know, some people may ask the question, well, why don't you just leave stripper on there and then come in later? It can really just be a preference. This, I feel like it cleans up nicer. Like you're not worried about having to clean off the stripper residue because this basically just cleans up itself, in my opinion, once you're using. Like once I'm done with this, I'll go in and wipe it down with another round of acetone, which a lot of people use to clean up after a stripper. It does, you know, you do have a little bit more hands-on time, but that's just for me. If I'm going to be stripping, especially details like this, I like it. I like it better for that. You can see my glove, it's eating through it, so I'll switch that out. But at this point, I have a majority of this all cleaned up. So now I will take, getting these grooves, I'm going to pour this in here so I can dip my brush in it and start scrubbing. Because I don't want this to dry in there and be difficult to sand out later, because it's going to want to dry pretty hard. But another thing that I like so much is that this is going to really strip it well and thoroughly, so when I'm coming in and sanding, I'm not going to necessarily have to go through a lot of the grits. I can, or have to spend as much time, you know, in the rougher grits, trying to remove old finish. But you see just how nice and thorough that is? Like that's hard to get otherwise, in my opinion. So there you have it. I want to do this a little bit more like if it were a live video, but I was a little nervous about just the technical details of that. But you know, this is a really great way to strip furniture if you need to. And of course, this dresser will be featured in a future video of mine. So thanks for watching, and of course, let me know if you have any questions down below, and I'll be happy to answer them.